Good day to you, partner. I'm keen, and I can already tell that I'll be your best friend in this forsaken camp.
Hey guys, Wheat Solo here, aka the Skeleton King. This is the second video of my Optimal Summoner series. I had a lot of fun making this actually. I just want anybody who watches this to know that this build doesn't require some meme Iron Golem. You don't need to be as tedious with your setup. I might return to this and do a simpler swap. One of my biggest things that I realized after running this build is I think there's two ways to go about this build. Well, there's actually a couple of ways to go about this build. I think the best way now would be to run Trang's Chest with a +4 Bone Flame. Why? Well, because you could easily get a free Blood Warp. I was basically about 4 points off. I'm going to be switching to a Phoenix offhand, right? So my swap is going to be Eternity Phoenix. I think if you swap, or you don't even have to swap to Bone Flame. I could just leave my +3 summoning skill, +3 mage head on. There's also another thing I want to let people know while I'm doing all of this swapping in this video, is you could easily cut down on some of the swapping. So if people really like this version of the build, I might go back to it. And there's two big things. One, I might not bother with Phoenix. I also could just swap to Exile instead. I don't mind popping full Jubes. Basically, I think Phoenix is really good, mainly for more casual play. So should you use Phoenix if you want to build this and you're kind of looking for a more laid-back style? Yes. Phoenix is incredible for laid-back styles. There's also one other way to be a more laid-back summoner, and that would be with the Enigma and Exile variant. And you can kind of mix and match them, but the reason why I explained this in the last video, but I feel like I have to explain everything over again, or else people watch a video and then complain about something I'm leaving out. Exile and Enigma go together because you're going to be using Blink, and you don't need a life regen of Phoenix, which gives you the Redemption Aura. If you're going to be running Trang's Chest, and then casting Blood Warp a lot, then it's nice to have Phoenix just to get that consistent life regen. Also, you don't have to worry about mana, but nowadays, since every single Necromancer is going to be dumping points into energy, either half or almost all of their extra points at this point with good gear, you don't really worry about energy. So that part of Phoenix is actually gone, and that was actually one of the reasons to run it, which is why I don't think it's as important. Is it nice? Yes. Did I enjoy having it running these videos? Yes. Do I think having a Bone Flame or just a solid mage summon head would be better? I think it's possible. Just the fact that you're saving skill points and you can get your LR radius bigger, that's the biggest thing. If you watch this video, I did this pretty casually. Now, I had an idea in my head about how I wanted to play this, and I think I just played it a bit slow at first. And the nice thing is, for anybody watching this, this is me thinking I'm playing the build slow. You could literally run this Optimal Summoner, which isn't full Fire Golem, but has a nice Fire Golem setup, then Mages and Eternity, and you will have great fucking times. Now, if you're wondering about some of the extra minions, they will be finished off by the Hydras pretty consistently. When I go back through, there's a couple of areas I wish I would have stomped on just to kind of help out. But that is so nice. And also you can actually see the meteors land and actually hit a pack of enemies at some points. Do I think Ghoul Lords are the best? I think they're Night Lords, the one in Trav. I always forget their name. I think there's one argument to run something else. And the other thing you could run would actually be a Moon Lord. And it would be specifically a Moon Lord. Thrashers are just good, and they also attack very, very fast, and so, like, they would work as well. But I don't think you would need Udwars. Udwars would help you kill your bosses quicker, but this build does not need help killing bosses. I do leave a couple of fire immune champs and elites, sorry, not champs, elites at the end of the map, and I'm like, okay, well, an Udwar would have helped that, but would I actually have stomped on them to put my Udwars in position? Probably not. But the reason why Moonlords or Thrashers might work out is both are very fast. Obviously, the Cow Lord is a lot faster than the Thrasher, but the Thrasher attacks faster. What they provide for you is the ability to do a little extra non-fire damage. Just when I ran these maps, I was kind of thinking, even in Tombs, which is a great map for fire, I'm still a little too fire-centric. And although I think Ghoul Lords do great damage, I'm not one of those weird people who doesn't like them. Yes, they're not as good as Council for the most part. But actually, in some builds, their Meteors, you can actually notice them having more of an impact than Council. Council are really a single target or in-game revive. Besides that, they kind of lose, they kind of get lost in the clutter, so to speak. Moonlords, the reason why people can play a build early on and just think that Moonlords are the answer to all of their problems is you can just set them and forget them. Like, they have that melee splash. Do they have a Deadly Strike? No, I don't think so. But they have an elemental damage. And if they do have Deadly Strike, I apologize. They might. I can't remember. I don't think so. I'm going to feel so stupid. Maybe some of them have Deadly Strike and some have elemental damage. But anyways, they attack fast with a double swing and then also have that elemental damage with Frenzy and then have that faster run walk speed. And they'll actually do better for you than Council members. Now, in-game, they're just going to get lost in the clump. But if you're running an entirely ranged build, which this is for the most part, and then you have 6 Cow Lords, would that be better than 6 or 7 Trav Lords? Maybe. So that's one of the things I was thinking about if I was going to make this more optimal. Running just a Boneflame offhand. Of course I'm going to run Eternity, or a Boneflame-like offhand. By the way, I'm upset the boss didn't follow me out. This actually would have been a sub 5-minute map if the boss follows me out and I don't have to warp all the way back to the beginning. As you can see, everything's pretty clear. 2 enemies there, 2 enemies there. If anybody's wondering about the idea of mapping efficiently, I'm not even talking about mapping for a speed run. Obviously, speed runs, what we consider a speed run in PD2, there's very little, we judge it ourselves, and all the people who judge it don't have that high of a standard for it. And you might think that's a problem, and it's more just it's kind of hard to have a high standard. Everybody who plays this game knows how RNG maps are, and we also understand that full clearing a map is just not feasible. Every single build in this game would take way too long to track down every single minion and kill them. The best would probably be a Sork at doing that, some sort of hybrid Sork. Well, I don't even know if hybrid would be good. By the way, I just have some lag right here as well, so I definitely think I would have hit sub 5 with a better boss room and no lag there, etc. And besides that, I still did a 5-10 map, so I was pretty happy with this. And like I said, I felt like I was playing a bit too casually. So I might return to this. If I don't, I'm going to be doing some more optimal summoners. I don't think the Iron Golem one is next. I think I'm actually going to spend some time doing some pure Fire Golem builds. So Knife Wrench, you should feel very happy about that. Mainly I'm going to be experimenting with the double infinity Fire Golem meme. And trust me, it is a meme, but I think it actually has a reason to exist. I don't really think I have anything left to talk about. I might just play some music on this part. Besides that, I'm going to say real quickly that I really did have a lot of fun making this video, and I haven't been playing Diablo 2 nearly as much recently as I'm sure many people are in that same spot. Yeah, there's a few minions left over in some rooms. There's definitely areas where I wish I would have gone over it again, but I'm happy enough with the clear. But anyways, if this does turn out to be some of the last content I make for Project Diablo 2, I just want to say I'm really happy that anybody enjoyed these videos. And it wasn't just Topwug, but obviously that's how Topwug found me because, my content is so good. And finishing where I started with summoner builds, obviously this isn't a skeleton build, which back when I was actually playing this game, I would have never ran a build like this, although a build like this also wasn't possible. So it's fun. I like just going back to summoner builds for a bit. And if you want to play a summoner build, this is probably the best, most attainable one. Like, you don't have to worry about an Iron Golem. It's really fucking fast, and it's pretty casual as well. I talked the whole time. All right, guys. Skellyking out. GG.
Come and play with us, Danny. Forever.